everybody, and welcome to the final town hall meeting of the town board of the town of Ossining for 2017. It is December 19th, 2017. Please rise and join me for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilwoman Feldman.
Present.
Councilman Wiltshire.
Present.
And Supervisor Lunenburg. Here. So we have an exciting evening tonight. So I'm going to make these announcements brief. As we're coming up on the first of 2 holiday weekends, please be advised that all town offices will be closed on the afternoon of Friday, December 22nd, and for a full day on Monday, December 25th. The town board will meet at the courthouse for a short meeting on Tuesday, December 26th at 7:30 p.m., where we will hold a public hearing on the revisions to the PACE financing local law and take care of some final 2017 business. Then on Friday, December 29th, town offices will once again be closed in the afternoon, and then for the full day on Monday, January 1st. We will be in bright and early to serve you on Tuesday, January 2nd, 2018. We have gotten several calls from residents with questions about the proposed federal tax legislation and how that will affect tax payments. I will give you the best information that we have currently, but I urge you to contact a tax professional, as we, along with most other villages and towns, are merely speculating on the consequences of the new legislation as it relates to property tax deductions. If you have not yet paid your second half school taxes, you are welcome to do so prior to December 29th in the tax office at 16 Croton Avenue, which is the last day of the year that we will be open. Our understanding is that this second half payment will indeed be able to be deducted from your 2017 tax filings. Similarly, if you pay a Village of Ossining tax bill, the village will take your payment prior to close of business on Friday, December 29th. However, we are unable to allow anyone to prepay their town and county 2018 tax bill, as the warrant runs concurrent with Westchester counties and will not be ready yet. I'm not going to say exactly when it will be ready, because that's not clear, but it isn't ready yet. It probably won't be ready for several months. I do know that there has been a lot of scrambling to try to make this possible, but nobody seems to have been able to do that. It is our understanding that the second half school and 2018 village taxes can be prepaid, and so far it does seem that they will be able to be deductible. Specifically, the 2017-18 school tax bill, because that's not actually an early payment, it just means that you're paying the full bill within the time frame, and it's 2017-18. We have one very special announcement this evening. As many of you know, former town councilwoman Kim Jeffrey resigned from the board on December 1st, 2017 for the end of her current term, as well as declined to step into her new 4-year term set to begin on January 1st, 2018, as she was offered an opportunity which precludes her from holding public office. The board received resumes from 14 eligible candidates and interviewed each of them last week. We were wowed by the level of interest. It was really quite incredible, as well as by the high caliber of the applicants that we received. Trust me when I say we were hard pressed to pick just one. And the good news is that although we do pick just one, there are other positions available and other ways to be involved, and we have encouraged all the candidates who were not selected to the board to join us in other roles. However, the board unanimously did agree on one candidate, and that is Ms. Jackie Shaw, who happens to be in the audience tonight. Jackie, stand up so everybody can see you. Say hello to you and meet our new town councilman. We are very, very excited that Jackie will be joining us. She's a longtime resident of the unincorporated town. I will read an excerpt of the press release that we will be sending out later this evening. We are so excited that Jackie stepped up to apply for the open seat on the town board. We had many wonderful candidates, and it was certainly a tough decision. However, we felt that Jackie had the right mix of community involvement, management, and business experience. We were also impressed by her work on boards, particularly on one so closely tied to the town's own, with her work for the last 11 years on the Recreation Advisory Board, which lends itself perfectly to our mission. An added bonus is that Jackie lives in the unincorporated town for which this board serves as a local governing body. Since Jackie took an interest in this position, she has attended all town board meetings and has been proactive in spending time familiarizing herself with some of the issues facing the town. We are confident that she will be an excellent addition to our board and a wonderful community advocate. Ms. Shaw has an MBA from Boston University Graduate School of Management with a concentration in healthcare management, as well as a BA from the College of William & Mary and a certificate in interior decorating from Parsons School of Design. She worked for Merck & Company as senior manager for health and utilization management and for Corman Rogers Associates doing research and analysis, as well as managing administrative staff. After leaving the industry to start a family, she returned to the workforce as an entrepreneur, starting up an interior decorating firm, which she ran in partnership with her mother for just under 10 years. She has been an active volunteer, representing the town on the Recreation Advisory Board as vice chair, most recently, and has been on the board from 2006 till present, and was recently selected to take over as chair of that board. We are hopeful that in lieu of that, she will take on the liaison position for the town to continue her role working with the Recreation Advisory Board. She also has been serving on the Austin School District Equity Task Force since 2006 and was selected to participate on the Austin School District Superintendent Search Committee back in 2013. The board plans to formally appoint Jackie at our Tuesday, December 26th meeting at the courthouse. I know you will find in Jackie an inquisitive mind, a caring heart, and a passion for this great community we share, which are just a few of the reasons we believe she will be a great fit for Ossining. Please join us in welcoming Jackie, who will begin her term on January 1st, 2018, and will be inaugurated that day with the rest of the new candidates and newly elected officials. Thank you again. With that, let's move into our resolutions for this evening.
Supervisor Levenberg appoints Councilwoman Liz Feldman as Town Board Liaison to the Village of Ossining's Ossining Arts Project Summer Concert Series Subcommittee.
Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Billy, can I vote on this?
You can.
Okay,
And you
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay.
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Ossining hereby appoints Terry DeTore, Ossining, as the Town of Ossining's Citizen Liaison to the Village of Ossining's Ossining Arts Project Summer Concert Series Subcommittee.
Do I have a motion?
So,
Second.
Okay. So just to clarify, these two resolutions have to do with the summer concert series, which the town is responsible for financially. We pay for the summer concert series, and over the past few years, we have enlisted the help of the Ossining Arts Project, which is a committee that was appointed by and formed by the Village of Ossining. It does actually have members who are residents of the unincorporated town, and we thought that it would be a good thing to also have some additional representation as appointed members. It so happens that Terry DeTore, full disclosure, is the husband of our town board member, Karen DeTore. He's also a DJ for a music show and has a very interesting and eclectic taste, and we thought that he would be a good mix for this group and to help us in defining what the goals are for the summer concert series, along with the Ossining Arts Project, who gives us guidance. And we're very appreciative for that guidance, as we feel like their goal and mission is to improve the arts throughout Ossining, and certainly our summer concert series down at the waterfront is a good way to do that. Okay, so all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstention?
Be it resolved that upon recommendation of the town supervisor, the town board hereby ratifies and approves the stipulation of agreement regarding Ann Carol Malone and her amended date of hire for specific purposes between the town and CSEA Local 1000, Unit 9182, AFL-CIO, effective December 20th, 2017, and be it further resolved that the town supervisor is authorized to execute the stipulation on the town's behalf.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Just correcting something that has been a problem for many, many years, and we're trying to fix it. Thank you.
Resolved that the town board hereby appoints Fern Casada, Ossining, to the probationary part-time position of Office Assistant Automated Systems in the Town Highway Department, effective December 20th, 2017, at an hourly rate of $13.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Very happy to have Fern on board and looking forward to her starting immediately as of tomorrow, helping out in the Town Highway Department, where we have another part-time employee who is looking forward to taking some time off, so we're happy that we will have some coverage in that department. All right. And now, I think I would like to take a motion to adjourn into our town hall meeting.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Okay, so tonight we have asked all of you to join us to celebrate you. All of you in the audience, well, most of you. Some of you might have people who came with you to be here to watch you be celebrated. You are our fantastic volunteer servers of our community. You so generously donate your time to Ossining on a regular basis. We have so many committed members of our community, but specifically we wanted to follow in last year's tradition to make sure we took the time to thank you. We like to do it annually now because we don't want you to think that we've forgotten about you, just because we don't see you all that much. We want to just thank you for another exceptional year of service. If this is your another year of service for you, and if it's your first year, we thank you for your first year for stepping up. It is only with your help that we can make the town safer, cleaner, greener, more fun, and more equitable, and hold our developers, staff, elected officials, and everybody else to the highest possible standards. I know I speak for the board when I say we appreciate you, and we paid you what you are worth to us, and if we paid you what you are worth to us, we could never afford you. Sorry, now you guys are on the cusp. No, if we paid you what you are worth, we could never afford you. You're worth an awful lot. Before we honor each of you individually, however, I would like to make a quick change to the order of our agenda and ask our Parks Foreman, Mario Gallardo, to join us. And yes, we did want to have you as a captive audience, it's true. So we can't wait to honor you, but right before that, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the improvements that have taken place over the course of the year to our parks infrastructure, including our pavilions, restrooms, fields, and waterfront. Mario, Juan Toribio, Marco Piscopiello, Steve White, that's a lot. Sorry, Larry.
I can get all the other ones.
And Larry Avery rose to the challenge, and I'm so very proud of the outstanding team they had built. Mario's going to share a quick presentation of the work they've completed since the grand reopening of the Cedar Lane Art Center this past April, and I think you will be duly impressed, but I don't want to take too much of his thunder, so Mario, come on up. The floor is yours. I hope you got the dirt out of your shoes that you tracked through the village hall before.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mario Gallardo, the Town of Austin Parks Foreman.
Yes.
I'd like to thank first my crew. She just named them, Stephen White, Juan Toribio, Marco Piscopiello, for all their hard work. This year was a bit challenging. We took on some jobs and we were a bit short-handed due to an injury to one of our employees. So a special thank you to Juan and Marco for definitely stepping up and getting a lot of our jobs completed. We also had the help of Mateo Gallardo, my father from the Highway Department, in 2 of our pavilion projects. So a big thank you to him. And yeah, we'll see some pictures. Well, thank you. First of all, thank you to the town board, town supervisor for approving some of our new equipment. This is the machine is the excavator. The excavator we picked up this year, along with the seal machine, which is that black tank on the floor there. And that's a drum filled with seal that we're about to put in when we. This was the day we sealed our tennis court. Keep this in front of me. This is our new skid steer. It's with this one machine. It's a universal machine. These are, believe it or not, all the attachments we have for it. On there right now is a sweeper. We have, starting from where the truck is, snow blower, a bucket, a grapple, which is able to just pick up brush. We have a clamshell in front of that, which opens up. We have in front of that with the grooves in it, that's a rock bucket. Right here, closest on the bottom to the right, is a leveler. And then right behind it is a land planer. And we also have an auger for it, and that's, I think it's like 9 attachments we have with the one machine. This is our 24-foot enclosed trailer. It houses pretty much all our riding machines, and it saves us a lot of time throughout the year where we're not unloading and loading the trailer every single day. And it also frees up our very small shop. This was our first pavilion job we did at RYDER Park. The excavator is on the what was the basketball court. We decided to temporarily remove the basketball court this year and put it on the, you'll see it in the later pictures, one of the, on the abandoned tennis courts we had on the lower part of RYDER Park. Here we ripped out the asphalt, and right now it's just temporarily fenced off till we hopefully in 2018 make it a gaming area with barbecue-friendly games, like cornhole, ladder ball, maybe bocce, horseshoes, whatever we decide on. See right here to the right, this is just before pictures of just the water issues we were having on the one side, and the far side also had some water issues. You really can't see it, but we had, I don't think they weren't installed yet, but we had gutters installed in all 3 pavilions, and you'll see the work that went with it. All before pictures, this was where the truck is. That was the front of the pavilion. Over the years, the blacktop just deteriorated. There's just gravel sitting there. This side here was once a manicured bed. We now cleared it and planted grass. The picture all the way to the right, that's the front of the pavilion, obviously, ripping out all the deteriorated asphalt and just prepping it for blacktop, and setting new grades and pitching all water away from the pavilion. This was one of, well, the wall, you see the wall on the long side of the pavilion. We did that 2 years ago. I believe it was 2 years ago. And now we're continuing the work. We added the catch basin right there where Mateo is. And that's where we tied in all the gutters, all the leaders that from the gutters on the pavilion. This was the trench we had to dig. There's on this side, on both sides of the pavilion, there's 3 sets of leaders that we had to connect. So you can see the pipes, the white pipes, that's where all the leaders come down from the roof. And all this ties into the catch basin you just saw in the previous picture. On this side, well, in the middle picture, where the wall side was, we had to add the box drain because we had nowhere. Obviously, we had to pitch the water away from the pavilion, so the only place we could go was in front of the wall. So now the water drains into the box drain, which is now carried into the basin we installed. And then the picture to the right, all the way to the right, is just us testing it to make sure all the water works and drains. This was all the prep work we did for the blacktop. It's all new item 4. Everything's regraded, pitched away from the pavilion. It's the first picture is a new grill stand we installed for the new grill at the pavilion. We helped with the paving. The annual bidder, the Rinaldi's, they did the paving. So that was where you see the stand right there. That was where the grill is. In the back there now, there's just a snow fence for now, because that was the old basketball court that we removed. This was the wall side with the box drain and the finished blacktop. The picture to the right is the front part of the pavilion, where you would enter it from the park line. And this is the finished site work we did at the pavilion. There's only 2 rocks there now, but over the course of the year, I ended up lining both sides with stones because people were just driving on the lawn and just making a muddy mess. So we kind of prevented that from happening. Again, this was before pictures of the old asphalt that led from the pavilion, which the pavilion now is all new blacktop, but the path to the bathroom remained, but we did seal it with our new seal machine this year, and that's what it looks like. This was the staircase leading up to the pavilion from the road. The RYDER ties, which we ripped out, too slow. And these are the new stone steppers that we installed. We still have to install a railing, which hopefully we will do this winter. This was the Brycliffe field at Ryder Park. They wanted to extend the field to put 70-foot bases for the older kids to play on. So that was the first picture, is us just extending it. It was about 10 feet all the way around. And we had to move 3 of the sprinkler heads. So that middle picture is just the sprinkler head we had to extend out into the grass. And the last picture, obviously, is the final picture with the clay and the new bases. This is the Ryder Finch dugouts. This was actually my first job as a part-timer for the town back in 2000. We never got around, I think 17 years, we never got around to finish painting it. So actually, if you saw the other picture, the first picture, the holes, it's hard to see, but the plywood was rotting away, so we ended up replacing some plywood, putting in a new roof, which is the next picture. We replaced the plywood with our new roofing paper, the new drip edge. That's Marco, one of our workers. And that's the bottom, obviously the bottom of the dugout. We enclosed the top of the dugout on the inside because we were having problems. The players and the coaches were complaining. Birds were making nests in there, and all year they were battling with kids getting bird poop on them, and just a mess. That's the finished roof with the siding. The siding with the trim work. We put new trim. We used, instead of wood, we used AZAC. It will last a lot longer. We replaced the roof with the shingles, and we power washed it. And then the next picture is we painted it finally after 17 years. This is the old tennis court down at the bottom of Ryder Park. It's just been deteriorating and neglected, I don't know, for a good amount of years. So in the previous pictures of the pavilion area where the basketball court was, we decided to utilize this space temporarily for the basketball court. So we came in, we cleaned up all the grass, we patched up the cracks with blacktop. We had 2 basketball hoops laying around that we installed. The picture in the middle is the hole we dug to actually install the basketball hoop. We power washed it and we gave it a fresh coat of seal and then painted the lines. And that is the temporary basketball court for now. This is a section of our docks. I think in July or the beginning of August we had to pull out because we lost 2 of our floats. So we had to load it up on our trailer, bring it back to the shop, and fabricate a whole new bottom for to support and hold the floats up. You can see in the middle picture the whole frame, make the frame of the float itself with eyes to hold the straps. So we're able to strap up the dock and it's able to float in this picture. And that's the floating dock. These are picnic tables we had to put together. New picnic tables we got for the grilling areas down. We put 3 new grilling areas down at the waterfront. The first pictures, we put them together and then we just waterproof them. And then this is one of the grilling areas, which we installed the new garbage container, the grill, and an ash can, and they sit on a concrete slab. This was the prep work for the grilling areas. We formed it up, we set the grill, and we poured concrete. This is the playground at the waterfront park. It was a couple years that we didn't put chips. So we actually had to bring in the machine, dig out a nice thick layer of grass, and we installed new wood chips in all three playgrounds at the waterfront. This was the Brian Johnson sign, the flower bed. We added new plantings there this year. That's a weird picture. We installed all new toilet paper dispensers. This is just one of them that I had on my phone. So each bathroom in each park got new toilet paper dispensers and hand dryers, so we no longer have paper towels. The picture on the right is just one of the, I think, one out of the 30 repairs we had in sprinkler damage down at the point. Yeah. And I think there's a couple more that come spring we'll have to fix. These are 2 of the beds that we went in, we cleaned out, we put in some new plantings, and that was part of getting the sprinkler system. Why we got it fixed is because we put new plantings. Obviously the plants and grass need water. This was just us cleaning it up on the left. On the right, we did the rock border, the new plantings, and then cow bay gravel. The one bed closer to the playground, we decided to put the fence when people asked why we didn't do this one. And we have, I guess, a lot of recommendations that people want us to install a fence around this one as well because they like the look. And then in 2018, there's one more bed right after the one that has the fence that we'll do in spring, hopefully. This was, I think this was the first cleaning in the spring that we did of our beach down at the waterfront. This is all just driftwood that washes up to the beach. And we York raked it and pulled as many weeds out as we possibly could. This was our second project, the CEDAR Pavilion. The picture to the left, you can see how the water just sits there, and come winter time, this has caused a lot of problems because the ice gets in and it cracked a lot of the concrete all the way around. The bathroom is there in the middle, which we fixed, I believe 2 years ago, we fixed all the water leaks we had on it. This year we had just one water issue where there was a bad valve. We were able to get that fixed. And in front of the pavilion here where the flagpole is and the monument, there was a Belgian block border there, which we decided to clear that whole area out. We saved the Belgian block, which you'll see in the later pictures. We reused them. And also this pavilion hasn't been rented, I'd say, for a good 8 years. It's just been sitting. In the first picture here, we had to put new shut-off valves for the water. The second picture is where the Belgian blocks where we removed them. Then in the later picture, you'll see we did move the flagpole. We kind of made a centerpiece, well, it's not really the center, but a centerpiece off to the side of the building that we reused them. This first picture is the grill stand for the new grill. It's all prepped with item 4. You see the one picture, the little piece of concrete in the corner. That was a patch we had to do from water just getting in and just cracking the concrete. The circle, I think came out more like a teardrop. It was our little turnaround. We decided if you're driving up to the pavilion, instead of backing down the long drive, we decided to make an area we could turn around. And there it is. That's where the bulge block that we took out from in front of the building, we reused it. We moved the flagpole and the monument with the rock with the plaque, and there was also, right behind it, there was another rock we found kind of off into the woods. It was, I think they all acknowledged the rotary. Or, No, the plaques. I think it was all whatever was donated at the time when they built the pavilion. And we did new plantings. Yes, and it is our little roundabout in the park. Someone did put a little sign over the weekend when we first built it. They put a toll. Someone put Ossining Roundabout toll 175, whatever it was. It was a big joke. We thought it was funny. This was like RYDER Park. We did the same thing. We had to connect all the leaders from the gutters. So we did trench work all the way around both sides of the pavilion to connect into the new catch basin we installed. And there's the catch basin. That's the outlet pipe that leads to, eventually it leads down to the pond, which is in the entrance of the park. That's the outlet pipe. We did our water test. That was the old catch basin in the middle there, replaced with a brand new one, which is all the way on the right. This was when we were paving. The path from the bathroom now meets the pavement, so it is ADA compliant. And the path to the right leads to the staircase. The path to the right leads to the staircase that goes down to the parking lot where the soccer field is. This was after the blacktop. We brought in topsoil. We recreated everything. We planted grass. This was a trail that I think 2 years ago we just lined it with stone. We really didn't do much work to it, but it was really steep. So right there where the little turn is, there was a set of stairs. So we eliminated. We went deeper into the hill. So as you see on the right, we cut down the slope, so there's no need for a staircase now. And it just looks like it is a long trail, but we had, obviously, to make it less steep, we had to go out further. This is the trail around the pond by the Art Center. You see all the cracks in the pavement, grass growing in it. There was a lot of dips, and just over the years it settled. So we ripped out the asphalt. The picture on the left is just us digging out the blacktop. The pile right there with the rocks, that was left over from when we were doing work at the Art Center. We just barricaded, fenced it off. We didn't have time. We finally, this summer, we went back. We used the stone to patch up the wall where we installed one of our new drain pipes when we were working at the Art Center and ceiling. The picture on the right is just the tree that broke through in one of the storms, and we actually pulled it down and cut it up. This is finished item 4 trail with the picture on the right is just the pipe we installed when we were doing the Art Center. We had to patch up all the stonework. We did that this summer. And we decided to keep the trail item 4 for now to see how it works without paving. This was a new sign we had to make for the HAYRIDE, Forest of Fears. Juan actually made the sign. He did all the routering and painting. This was one of the walkthroughs we had in the back pavilion area. Unfortunately, it was different, set up differently. We had a windstorm the week, it was either that week of the HAYRIDE or whatever it was, a couple days. And usually they did this with plastic and just wood, and it completely got destroyed. So luckily, Melrose donated all this stockade fence. So I think it was like 3 days before the HAYRIDE, we had to just rebuild the whole walkthrough area. This is just one of the scenes with the skulls that they had. Obviously, this is the front of the park. We put tiki torches in the lanterns, the signs lit up, and then the trees lit up. This is my daughter, Annabella. She was with us the one day we were working for the HAYRIDE setting up. She actually helped. The only thing is I have to talk to her union rep. She took too many coffee breaks, you can see on the right. Actually, it's hot chocolate. And that's the picture in the middle is Juan, who's very proud of the sign we made. This is GERLACH, the softball field. We actually installed our first sprinkler system as a parks department. We had to run a new line to feed the water to the sprinkler system. We decided to put the sprinkler system, the solenoids inside for easier access for us when we winterize it. And those are just trenches that we dug to run the line and the sprinkler heads. It's just showing the running of the sprinkler lines, the new line we did inside, and then the solenoids inside. And we also installed new CLAC to the field. You can see in the middle picture, one of the sprinklers. We put 3 zones in the field. On a daily basis, this clay does need, well, any clay needs water, otherwise it just gets powdery and dusty and firms up. This was our last pavilion project, which we are working on now. Just like in the other pictures, after a rainstorm, this is what happened. You just have standing water in the corners. This is driving up from the road to the pavilion. It's hard to see, but there's a lot of cracks and all the asphalt's deteriorating. Up the first picture where the double arrows are pointing in. We're actually digging there today to run, for the electrician, to run a new conduit tomorrow. And that one area in the pavement where it's very bad, I believe it's just nothing but rock that they filled in, and it's just over the years settled. So hopefully, after the electrician's done, we'll hopefully tend to that area. This was all the 4 pictures, the rotted railroad ties. This was the staircase that led from the pavilion up to the bathroom. The middle picture is just a retaining wall. Obviously, you can see it's falling over, it's missing pieces. The last picture was a staircase that we eliminated it because we did make the path ADA compliant. There is a ADA bathroom that was built, I don't know how many years ago, but I don't believe it was ever used because there was never an ADA ramp that made the bathroom accessible. Plus the fact that it doesn't have a toilet or a sink. This, like the other 2 pavilions, this is all the drain work we did to tie into gutters. This also, like RYDER, we had to put a box drain where we put in a new wall because there was no other place to run to pitch the water away. So you'll see in the later picture, the box drain. This is just a series of pipes leading from all the leaders from the pavilion. The last picture is the catch basin, which we kept the existing catch basin there. We just poured a new floor in it. This was the prep work to dig for the wall, and the first picture, that's where the wall was. The middle and last picture is just the deteriorating blacktop that we ripped up. This is the new wall in the middle there. The first picture is the wall was already built. We just put the washed gravel and perforated pipe and fabric behind it for drainage. The middle picture, you can see the box drain we did. These are the new set of stairs with the wall that lead up to the bathroom, but then the ADA compliant ramp, you'll see in the later pictures, it's going to come off the side and meet this path and then take it up to the bathroom. This is the wall with the box drain. We poured concrete. The last picture is just us pouring concrete, finished concrete. And these are the end results of the wall with the box drain. This is where the ADA ramp comes from the pavilion. It comes up, and then right there where the slide is, that's where the other path is that leads to the staircase. And then that path will meet that, and eventually we'll get up to the bathroom. We did new concrete pads in front of all the doors. The first door is the women's, and that's the ADA bathroom in the back. It's just a storage room in the second picture. And on the other side, on the first picture is the women's bathroom and the ADA compliant bathroom. The second picture in the middle, yeah. In the middle there, that's just a storage room. The men's room is on the left-hand side, and the back room is just a storage. That's where also we put the, in the previous pictures we saw, we put the sprinkler system in. So we poured all new concrete, and we have new concrete slabs for that. This was GERLACH playgrounds. We did new borders on both of them. The railroad ties were just rotting away. We replaced them with plastic borders, which all our playgrounds now have, and we put in new wood chips. Those are just the finished pictures with the border, the wood chips, and then we brought in topsoil and planted new grass. This was when we were cleaning up after we renovated the art center. We cleaned up around the pond. This was one of the old docks that was on the far side of the pond. We saved it, and the idea was to turn it into a sign, and we did just that. The picture to the right was all that we had the picture to the right, we had to actually, obviously we took the whole dock apart, we took all the nails out, we separated everything, we tongue and grooved all the boards. This was the design, it's a pine cone. And then the idea was to put the dock back together. We routed all the pieces you see that we took out from the picture there. And Keith Gordon, the director for the art center, he made all individual pieces that are going to fit in there now out of clay.
Just add that Brian Sheridan was the artist who
Yeah, I
designed
couldn't think of his name, sorry.
the logo, which is a little bit different than this, because this seemed like it was going to just work better for the space where it was going to go. He designed the pine cone and Cedar Art Center typeface and the logo that you will see.
You see it in the next picture. That's what the sign looks like. That's what Brian on the left designed. Unfortunately, we can't show you the picture. We are planning to, I don't know, unveil it one day. We don't know when, but unfortunately, we can't show you.
And then it's done, figure out a date and invite everybody to come to the Art Center and see the new and wonderful sign. It really is incredible.
2018 will definitely be just as busy, if not busier than 2017. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you. I think you can really see that we get an awful lot out of our Parks Department, because that is some incredible amount of work, and I don't think you get that from any department. So thank you so much to you and your crew. It's quite an incredible feat to get all that accomplished in 1 year. And the great news is that we have new, basically renewed facilities and some new facilities down at the Waterfront Park that are where you can actually get a permit and pay for that. And people will come from out of town as well as people in town to use for parties and other events. And we're looking forward to having those all be online this spring. We also have work that's going to be done at our spray park. We are finally going to put that recirculating system in and fix up the pad, and that's going to be happening early. And then the rest of the pavilion work at GERLACH, and I'm sure that railing at RYDER, that's definitely getting done this winter, for sure. So anyway, there's lots of good work, and we know that our rec advisory board is going to be meeting to discuss exactly what they are going to recommend to the town board for the rest of the basketball court at RYDER and what they want to see next to the pavilion, because that was something that they discussed talking about more and giving us some recommendations while we saw how the basketball court down at the old tennis court would work. So anyway, thank you so much, all of the boards, volunteer boards, for taking the time to listen to our wonderful presentation, and I hope that you all take full advantage of all of our town parks this spring and summer and fall. And so without any further ado, I would like to move into the celebration portion of our evening. and ask all of you to join us up front when I call your name. When I have read all the names, the board is going to adjourn this meeting, and we will convene in the gallery for some cookies and a sparkling cider toast to celebrate another great year in the town of Ossining. So, making a motion to adjourn. Now I'm up to certificates. Okay, I'm up to certificates. So here we have an awful lot of certificates. Now, not everybody is here. So we aren't going to be presenting all these certificates, but I'm going to do my best, and hopefully is there anybody who is here that did not say they were coming tonight? Because if there is anybody that's here, okay, I know Lucinda, and I think, okay, Chang. Okay, so I know now there's a couple people. Is there anybody else here that didn't say they were coming tonight? Okay, fantastic. So then we're going to hopefully make sure that we have all of this together. Yeah, I love some documents. So first up, we have our wonderful zoning board, and we would like to call our chair of our zoning board is Sal Carrera. He could not join us tonight, but I do believe that we have Jim Blair and Jerry Gershner. And if you would come on down, and we would love to recognize you both. Jerry is, and I guess I can mention the other names of Jim Blair, and they're both here tonight, but I will also mention the other names of all of our other members, and that they are David O'Neill and David Krieger as well. So Jim, thank you very much. Jerry, thank you very much. And we're very appreciative of all your work. And we know that you're going to have more fun in 2018. Okay. Now that we don't have our, I'm going to come around this way. Come in this way, okay. Now that we don't have our moratorium anymore, we anticipate seeing more development. Okay, next up, we have our planning board. And we do have our chair here tonight, Chin, and he will come on down. And if you want, you can also introduce your other board members. No, okay. We have Mark Hofflick, Jim Bastinas, Greg McWilliams, and Gareth Huff, who's come on up, Gareth, and who's also liaison to the Environmental Advisory. Okay, and I think we only have Gareth and Chino. Okay, let's just take this, we can take this sticker off. You don't need that. Okay, and we thank you very much. And, oops, thank you very much. Are we still looking for? No, wait, we have yours. We have yours. Wait, Gareth must have gotten changed. Do you have your wrong one? Yeah. All right. Yeah. That says Gareth. Yeah, no, because the sticky is who is supposed to be here. Okay. So, all right. All right. So next up, we have the ethics board, and hopefully we have. I think we have Sandy Hirsch, who's our chair, and Laura Whitlinger, but I don't know because I think maybe neither of them are here. I didn't see either of those. Oh, you're Sandy. Oh, hi, Sandy. Okay. And Sandy, thank you so much. A little business this year. And we're waiting to hear what the ruling is, and hopefully we'll hear that soon. So thank you for your time. Okay. And just to mention the other names, also Chris Camosa, Laura Whitlinger, who's not here, and Susan Sarch. And I don't believe she's here either. Okay. So thank you to all of them. Then, let's see. This is Chris. And Laura, and Susan. Okay. Next we have our Board of Assessment Review. And I think we have a good showing tonight, yes? We have Larry Chattel, who's our chair. We have Teresa Duguay, Paul Mazzilli, and Joe Campanella. And come on down. Okay. Greg. Okay, Larry.
Greg.
Greg is not here, right? And Joe. And Joe. Okay. Okay, let's make sure. Hi, Larry. Nice to see you. Joe, nice to see you. And Joe, I think I have your certificate. Here we go. And that's Teresa, and that's Paul. And thank you very much. Thank you. And Paul. All right. Thanks so much. Okay, we very much appreciate your service. You guys have had some interesting work this year. Okay, next we have our Environmental Advisory Committee. And Mitzi Elks, our chair, could not be here, although we originally thought she was going to be able to be here. So we have John Ladd, who is here, so come on up, John. And then also on the BAC, we have Angela Russo, Jim Nolan, and Aaron Norris. So let's see, this is Mitzi. Next should be John. John, thank you very much. And you've done a lot of work outside even of your BAC duties, and we're very appreciative for that. So thank you so much. All right. Page 2. We are going to our Mid-Hudson Ambulance District, and I'm not sure, yes we do, we have Dr. Nigro. That's right, I did see him. Come on up, Neil Nigro, and we also have Sue Donnelly. And Sue Donnelly, thank you so much for coming. Also, our chair, Dr. Robert Seebacher, our chief, Nick Franzoso, Richard Wishney, and Bill McCabe could not be here this evening, but we are very grateful again for all of their service. So Dr. Nigro, we have these. Okay. And he is not here. And we have Honorable Sue Donnelly. Thank you so much. You too. Thank you so much. And happy holidays, everybody, as well. Very grateful. And, all right, next up, we are at our Recreation Advisory Board. And, do we have Connie? No, okay, Connie was not able to make it. Connie Seraphin, who's chaired the board for, I think you said she's been on the board for 30 years, maybe? Many years, is leaving Ossining and moving south, I believe, to warmer temperatures sometimes. I think it snowed there recently. But we're very grateful for her many years of service, and we had an opportunity to recognize her with a CLAC and a day of Connie Seraphin Day, I think it was, I don't remember, do you remember what day it was? It was a Tuesday. December 12th. December 12th. In the town of Ossining, and we're very grateful for her many years and many years as chair. And the person who was going to step up and take her place was Jackie Shaw. Jackie Shaw, we're very grateful for Jackie being here tonight. Unfortunately, they're going to have to find somebody else to do that because she's going to be the liaison, but she's not going to be able to be the chair of that board anymore. Phyllis Smith and Kurt Emmerich, I believe you were here this evening. Yeah, I know Phyllis is, but I don't know about Kurt. Okay, so come on down. Jack, you can come on down to recognize you for your service. Come on. And we also have on that Rec Advisory Board Marlene Cheatham, Patrick Yost, Andrew Jimney, Marty Engelhardt, and Tom McIntyre. And thank you so much for your service. Nice to see Phyllis running around the track in the morning. That's when I first met her. I knew she was, here we go. All right. Here you go. Present. All right. And now we have a very long list of Green Ossining members. So, let's get to the bottom of our Rec Advisory Board. Okay, here's Green Ossining. So there's 30 members of Green Ossining. And I think 3 of them might be here tonight. I'm not sure, but I'm going to call your names in. Rob Lowenthal. Did I see you, Rob? No, Rob. Sharon Rowe. I definitely saw Sharon Rowe. She is in the house. and John Bell is in the house. So if you would come on up, and while you're coming, I will go through the very long list of the other members of Green Ocean. Our chair, Susie Ross, could not be here. She's traveling with her family. Jennifer Benson, Anthony Murray, Emily Sack, George Garland, Steve Gibson, Faye Chazen, Bruce Branfin, Janice Roast, Michelle Stone, Amanda Marsh, Lauren Royce, Lucinda Manning, you are here. Oh, hi, Lucinda. Okay, Lucinda, right, I forgot, you told me you were here. Polly Franchini, Barbara Branfin, Barbara and Bruce Branfin, okay. Alyssa DeLucy, Armin Crispino, Ed Impara, Rose Marie Yost, or Jost, I'm not sure how she pronounces it. Kate Marshall, Donna Sharrett, April Chaw, Tamara Bridgewater, Brenda Quinn, Emma Lago, Erin Doran, and Sachin Sawhney. I might have mispronounced it, in which case I do apologize. Thank you so much. You're fantastic. Okay, John is, let's see, John Bell is around here, middle. So he's after, and Lucinda's right above him. So after Lawrence, yeah, okay, so, and John should be right underneath. All right. Fantastic. And we got everybody. And we even have Karen Vittoria, our other board member, who has joined us. So congratulations, and thank you so much. Congratulations, Sean. Thank you so much. Congrats. And thank you. Very appreciative of everybody's service. And we will get the rest of these distributed to the wonderful people who have served on these boards. And I think that that is it for our volunteer board recognitions for this evening. And I did get 3 out of order, so just saying. Okay, all right, so that is everything for this evening. And I think what I would like to do is I'm going to make a motion to take a short break because I would like to adjourn. Oh, we didn't get the information we need, so we're not going to be able to do executive session. Okay, we're not doing executive session. So we are going to say thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight to see all of the wonderful people who are here with us in the town and serve our entire community. I know I've said thank you many times, but I'm going to thank you one last time, and we're going to celebrate outside, and we wish everybody a very happy, happy holiday. I do want to take one moment before we do to just mention that I'd like to adjourn the meeting in honor of a wonderful member of our community who we lost last week, I think it was, Al Ross. He was a town and a village constable for many years, and he was very involved and paid a lot of attention to what was going on in the village, in the town, in the schools, and it's really a great loss to our community. He was a wonderful person. He was a little crispy around the edges. He liked to give everybody a little bit of a hard time, but that kept us all on our toes. And we relished his involvement with in all of his various roles. And I think he might have served in a couple of other roles, but I'm not 100% sure. I know he was definitely a constable. I know he worked on some campaigns, but he was always a good supporter, and we're very, very, very sad to have lost him. And we're very sorry for his family at this great loss, and just wanted to express our condolences to them and to close this meeting in his honor. So if we could also have one moment of silence, and then we will adjourn the meeting. I'll take a motion to adjourn the meeting after the moment of silence. Thank you, everybody. And if I could have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Thank you once again, and let's adjourn to our celebration. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next week, and have a very Merry Christmas.